Good morning. It's 8:30. Thanks for joining us. Well, it was a pleasant surprise for customers at an East End Tim Hortons this morning. Staff at the Tim Hortons on Terminal Avenue walked in this morning and said a Good Samaritan wanted to buy $860 worth of coffee for customers. The manager told CTV Morning Live it's something they've never seen before.
I would say it's probably approximately 500 or a little bit more coffees, but we basically got to pay for 1 hour, a little bit over an hour of people's orders. We see lots of generosity in Tim Hortons all the time. I see it in the drive-thru all the time. People pay their orders for it, pay for the person behind you, but I've never seen anything like this.
Earlier this week, an anonymous person in Edmonton and one in Calgary bought 500 coffees for Tim Hortons customers. Police believe human bones found in La Pêche this week may belong to a missing 77-year-old man. George Rosemay was last seen walking his dog up Hogan Road in September of 2007. Forensic testing is continuing on the bones found by a dog on Monday. There is no word on the identity of the victim in a fatal crash east of Renfrew. A car and a tractor-trailer collided on Highway 17 yesterday morning, causing a fire in the vehicle. The driver of the car was killed in the crash. OPP continued to investigate. 2 North Glengarry residents on a cross-Canada cycling trip have been killed in a crash in northwestern Ontario. Robert and Irene Booth were part of a group of 24 riders on a cycling trip with Cycle Canada that started in Vancouver. Police say the Booths were struck by a pickup truck on a stretch of the Trans-Canada Highway west of Nipigon Tuesday night. The truck then struck 2 other motor vehicles. Authorities hope Round Lake Road in the Upper Ottawa Valley will be open for traffic by the weekend. This was the scene after a beaver dam flood caused a giant crater to open on the road last Saturday. Crews have been working around the clock to fix the popular road in Cottage Country. 3 vehicles were traveling on the road at the time the crater opened. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. The water is now safe to drink in Carlsbad Springs this morning. A precautionary boil water advisory for some 400 homeowners using the Carlsbad trickle feed water system was lifted yesterday. There were concerns the quality of the water had been affected by construction in the area last week. Well, voters head to the polls 1 week from today in the riding of Ottawa South. Last night, residents had a chance to see all 9 candidates on the ballot go head-to-head in a debate.
Helping people in the community centers. That's a priority.
That being said,
the candidates answered questions on a range of topics, including healthcare and fiscal restraint. PC candidate Matt Young promised the Tories will prioritize the programs that matter to voters, while NDP candidate Bronwyn Funicello said the NDP will protect public services. Jobs and the economy will be on the agenda today as Canada's provincial and territorial leaders meet in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Yesterday, the premiers called for a national inquiry into missing and murdered Aboriginal women. Ontario's Kathleen Wynne says violence against Aboriginal women is an issue that affects all Canadians. The gas plant scandal continues to dog Premier Kathleen Wynne and her Liberal government. 45% of respondents to a Forum research poll say they believe the provincial government committed a crime in relation to the cancelled gas plants. And 52% of respondents believe Wynne knew about emails being deleted by senior Liberal staff. 1 in 4 Ontarians think the Premier personally ordered the electronic records be wiped.